Hi students, welcome to today's math lesson. I am your teacher, Jevanni Leamy. So in today's session, we will calculate a given percentage of a number, the amount of money, the measure of mass, and capacity. Calculate the entire amount when a percentage of the amount is known in multiples of 5. And finally, compute with whole numbers, common and decimal fractions using the 4 operations. Now let's begin. Question 1. Question 1 reads, a group of 3 friends are practicing for a track meet. The group is going to run half a kilometer in total. Now, if they each run the same distance, how far will each person run? What do we know? There are 3 friends will run a race and the total distance is half a kilometer. Now, what do you need to solve the problem? Let's see. Which expression could represent this situation? Option A, 3 divided by a half. Option B, 2 divided by 1/3. Option C, half divided by 3. The total distance of half a kilometer will be divided by 3 persons who are running. Your answer should be C, half divided by 3. Now question 2 reads, which problem can be solved by computing 7 multiplied by 1/3? Option A, Jim ordered 7 pizzas for his birthday party. His parents ate 1/3 of a pizza before the party. Now, how much pizza is left? Option B, Mary had 7 dogs. Each dog weighs 1/3 kilogram. What is the total weight of the dogs? Option C, Josiah has 1/3 kilogram of a concrete mix. He splits his mix evenly between 7 friends. How much concrete mix will each friend get? Now option A speaks about subtraction between 1/3 from 7, while option B speaks about 7 multiplied by 1/3, which is our correct answer. And finally, option C speaks about 1/3 divided by 7 friends. Now on to question 3. Question 3 reads, an instrument store gives a 10% discount to all students during a back-to-school sale. Julie, a student at Fairview Primary School, purchased a flute for $200. How much discount did she receive when purchasing the flute? Now what do we know? We know that the discount is 10% and the flute costs $200. Now, what do we need to solve this problem? First, we convert the 10% as a fraction, which is 10 hundredths. Secondly, we multiply that 10 hundredths by $200. Therefore, we simplify. 100 into 200 gives us 2, and 10 multiplied by 2 gives us 20. And the discount that was given for the flute would be $20. Fantastic. Now on to question 4. Question 4 reads, the cost to ride on a ferry is $7.23, and the cost for food on the ferry is $5.42. We want to find the total cost to ride and purchase food on the ferry. Now, what math do we need to solve the problem? First, we need to find the total amount of money needed to go onto the ferry and purchase food. $7.23 is added to $5.42. Now, to add or subtract decimals, just line up the decimal points, then add or subtract in the same manner you would add or subtract whole numbers. 2 added to 3 is 5, 4 added to 2 is 6, we keep the decimal point, and 7 added to 5 is 12. The total amount of money needed to go on the ferry and then purchase food is $12.65. Good. Now on to question 5. Question 5 reads, in his pocket, a boy has 5 red marbles and 2 blue marbles and 4 green marbles. The cost of the marbles are as follows: $1.70, $1.14, and 75 cents respectively. Now, what is the difference in the cost of 5 red marbles and the 2 blue marbles. Now what do we need? So the cost of the red, the blue, and the green marbles are as follows: $1.70, $1.14, and 75 cents respectively. There are 5 red marbles and 2 blue marbles. What do you need to solve this problem? The cost of the red marbles would be 5 multiplied by $1.70, which would give us $8.50. And then the cost of the blue marbles would be $2 multiplied by $1.14, which would give us a total of $2.28. Now, to find the difference between the 5 red marbles and the 2 blue marbles, which is $8.50 subtracted by $2.28, which would give us a result of $6.22. Therefore, the difference between the 5 red marbles and the 2 blue marbles is $6.22. Good. Now on to question 6. Question 6 reads, John has 2 3/4 bags of sand. Now each bag of sand weighs 1.5 kilograms. What is the total weight of the bags of the sand? Now, what do we need to solve this problem? First, we need to multiply the number of bags of sands by the weight of each sand bag. We first change these mixed numbers to improper fractions. 2 multiplied by 4 gives us 8. Added to the numerator of 3 to give 11. So that would be 11/4. Then 1 multiplied by 2 gives us 2 added to the numerator of 1 to give us 3, which would give us 3/2. We then multiply these 2 improper fractions. Now, can the numbers be simplified vertically or diagonally? No, they cannot. Therefore, we multiply horizontally. So, 11 multiplied by 3 gives us 33. And 4 multiplied by 2 gives us 8. And the total weight of the sandbags are 4 1/8 kilograms. Now on to question 7. Question 7 reads, Fairview Primary School Sports Day had only 7 persons who did not attend, which was represented by 20% of the student population. Now, what is the total number of students who attend Fairview Primary School? So, what do we know? We know that 20% of the student population did not attend the sports day. This was only 7 persons. Now, what do we need to solve this problem? First, we write 20% as a decimal. Therefore, 20% as a decimal is 20 hundredths. 20 hundredths of a number is equal to 7. Let us say the total number of students at a primary school is the letter M. Therefore, 20 hundredths multiplied by M equals to 7. 20 hundredths is divided on both sides, and then we simplify, which gives us M equals 7 divided by 20 hundredths. Now, M is equal to 35. 35 students who attend the primary school. Fantastic. On to question 8. Question 8 reads, Sam went to the supermarket. He saw a small box of orange juice which has a capacity of 12 milliliters, while a large box of orange juice is about 48 milliliters. He wants to express the capacity of the small box of orange juice as a percent of the large box of orange juice. The first thing that we need to do, what do we need to solve the problem? Now, since both 12 milliliters and the 48 milliliters has the same units, there is no need to convert these to capacity. Therefore, 12 milliliters divided by 48 milliliters, both milliliters will divide each other out. We then multiply this value by 100. Therefore, 12 divided by 48 gives us 4. Then 4 divided by 100 gives us 25. So, 12 milliliters is what percent of 48 milliliters? And that would be 25%. On to the final question, question 9. Question 9 reads, a high school band has 30 flute players. If 15% of the band members play the flute, then how many members are in the entire band? What do we know? The number of flute players is 30, and the percentage of flute players is 15%. Now, what do you need to solve this problem? First, the number of members in the entire band is equal to the number of students who play the flute divided by a percent multiplied by 100. Therefore, 30 divided by 15 multiplied by 100. 100 divided by 15 gives us 2, and 15 divided by 15 gives us 1. Then we simply multiply 2 by 100, which would give us 200. So there are 200 members in this entire band. So option A is 450, option B 200, which is our correct answer, and finally option C is 115. Now, just to recap, remember students, to add or subtract decimals, just line up the decimal points and then add or subtract in the same manner you would add or subtract whole numbers. And in adding and subtracting, the decimal points must always be in a straight column. Finally, when solving problems, read the problem more than one time and then ask yourself, what information is given and then what do I need to solve this problem? And that's all for today, boys and girls. Until the next time, have a great day.